Good evening, this is Jeremy here with another Big Day 77 video. Pardon me for the audio quality, it's not too good. That's just because of not on the normal computer. I have my own reasons for that, and not going to justify them. So, obviously we're going to start a new game, and one of the greatest games ever made by man. And I think we're going to play as, just for change, Neema. Now Neema is an interesting case because Neema is really not in a great state, and I don't think she's just not very competitive at the moment, and that is, as it was the last time I made one of these, a serious issue, and I think that they really need to get around to fixing it. Now, it may be the case that that people may say the IMF have better things to do than to improve their game. Now, I do understand the sentiment, but it's wrong. There is nothing that the IMF could be doing that would be more useful than making this game, than improving this game, and I will tell you why. It teaches young people so much about the global economy that it is really important for them. And also, at the moment, honestly, like many global organizations, they're not looking too good at the moment. And a great way for them to improve their image would be to maintain this game. It really is a great game. However, it could still be improved. And one of the ways they could improve it is by making it so that you can trade any good. Instead of just buying things and keeping them in a little stockpile that you can't sell, you can, they could make it so that they could, how is gold okay, so apparently gold here, gold is not the most expensive, so I don't know what it is. It's not cocoa either. Cocoa seems like it's worth it enough. But yeah, something that they could definitely do is, for a start, balance the game. This game, frankly, not very balanced. Terrible in that respect. Guillermo, way too much. Neema, like a bit crap, honestly. Also, another thing they could do is simply just fix some of the bugs. You may notice that often, when I play this, it goes into negative amounts, or just then, when it skips back. That's something that could be fixed, and I don't see why they haven't fixed it yet. I have been calling for them to fix this for literally months, and I don't think anyone's played as much of the IMF trading game as I have. And I can tell you that, despite the fact that it is one of the greatest games of all time, second possibly only to Fallout New Vegas, but I don't know. I mean, the other way to look at it is that it's better, and it very well may be. It is one of the best games ever made, and anyone that knows anything about video games will tell you that. Just ask anyone. Steven Spielberg, Andrew Yang, Sean Connery, all these people, they all know that the IMF trading game is a really good game, and the reason that they know that is because it is the most well-known game, it is the most enjoyable game, and it is a shame that the IMF has neglected it so much for the last few years almost. It has been a long time since there's been a significant update, and they really need to get on that quickly. Now, the other thing is, right, at the moment, another aspect that could be good is a multiplayer capability. One way to do that might be to have two people, and they can, in a set amount of time, actually compete to see who can make the most, and then have a match of 3 games or something like that. I think that would really develop the theory, like a theoretical aspect of the game, similar to what they have in, say, chess or cooking or something. And look, I mean, I'm not comparing this to chess. I mean, chess is nowhere near as good or as complex of a game as the IMF trading around the world education game. It's definitely nowhere near as educational. Like, you get an education by this game. I mean, 90% of economists in the world today actually got their start on the IMF trading games. People with such big names, a lot of dead people as well. John Maynard Keynes, for example, actually was one of the beta testers. It really just goes to show how long this game has existed for, and it is a real shame that the IMF has let it sit and let it stagnate for all this time. And yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a shame, really. More on the channel though, it's been a while since I've made one of these videos, and there are several reasons for that. One of the main ones is that I've been a bit unmotivated. I've been doing other things. Been focusing on study. I mean, this was a big distraction for me. I've spent hours playing this game, but honestly, I just don't think that. I mean, I've played enough of it so that after a certain point, the educational aspect starts to wear off. And look, I've played it for more than almost anyone else, and honestly, I think it really, I think I've learned a lot of what there is to learn from it, so I've been really expanding into other areas. I've been doing maths and stuff, doing all the trigonometry and all that. I'm a big fan of trigonometry. Honestly, I think if there's any part of another aspect of anything that is better than the IMF trading game, it's trigonometry. It's right up there with the best things such as tea and biscuits. I don't know about biscuits. Actually, speaking of maths, I did some things. So normally I eat about probably 2 biscuits a day. Now, the thing is that means that over a year I'm eating well over a significant number of biscuits. Because, well, that's well over 700. That's around the 730 biscuit a year mark, give or take, maybe 10 or something. I don't know. I haven't done the exact maths, but that's a lot of biscuits. So, bugger. The price was good. Damn. See, the thing is, I don't want to sell it for 600. You always have to keep an eye on the economic conditions. Don't do what I did, because you get these long depressions, and honestly, if the global economy was like this normally, I think that we'd be living in a much worse society. I mean, this is like the Great Depression here. I don't know how many rounds this is, but that's the other thing that'd be good is dates in this, because I have no idea how many rounds I've been playing for, but look, I've gone for this long, and honestly, the global economic conditions have been bad the whole time. That's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Another good thing that they could fix up about the game, and this is a long list of gripes, but I don't know on this channel to become too negative, but look, if I go to gold and I set this to 0, there's a decent chance that they will say, never mind. Usually they'll say something good if it's a good price. However, often they will also say something along the lines of, oh, I can barely afford it, but I'll pay you $0. And it's like, excuse me, who can barely afford $0? Oh, is it Neema? That's what I thought. That's a bit mean. But yeah, I mean, look, even as one of the most underpowered and characters in the game, you can still make a profit. I mean, right here, I'm in a situation where I have made 20,000 in about 10 minutes, and the global economic conditions have not been good. Granted, I haven't really been using very many strategies or much strategy at all, really, and there is an aspect of that to it. One thing that you can do is actually only sell the really high-valued things, in this case cotton, the lower economic conditions around the OK mark, and then sell the most priced ones, like when they're up here, and the less priced ones there. I mean, that certainly is a way that you can do it, and I think that it has a lot of merit, especially if they introduced a time trial element, because that, I think, would be one of the very first, very popular ways to do it. But considering that at the moment there's no time limit, I really don't see the point. Now, this may end up being a 2-part episode, so I think at some point next week, or the week after, I'll come back to this, because we are running quite low on time here, and honestly, the global economic conditions simply haven't been very good. Next video will probably not be on the IMF trading game. We might be taking a little break from that to make 1, maybe 2 videos, possibly more, on the lesser known, but possibly, I think it's quite a good game, Feed Chad, and that'll be good. That'll be a lot of fun for me, and for you, I assume, if you're watching this, if you've made it this far, I'm sure you don't mind watching some quality content. I do apologise for any problems with the audio quality. I think this will be the last one. If the global economic condition does not improve after this trade, then I'll stop for this episode. I'll continue on the next one. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll continue next episode.